You know this feeling. Nothing bad is happening. You're sitting with someone you like, or walking outside during a calm evening, or laughing in a moment that feels unusually light. And suddenly, quietly, a thought interrupts. Don't get used to this. It doesn't shout. It doesn't panic. It simply appears. And the moment changes. You're still there. The conversation continues. The world hasn't shifted. But internally, you step half a pace back. You stop leaning fully into the moment. You stop trusting the stability of it. You begin to watch it instead of live it. Almost like your mind has seen this scene before and already knows the ending. So while others relax inside good moments, you monitor them. You measure their duration. You scan for signals. You prepare emotionally for a collapse that hasn't happened. And the strange part is, you don't think you're being negative. You think you're being realistic. Because your mind isn't imagining endings. It's remembering patterns. The human brain is not designed around happiness. It's designed around prediction. More specifically, prediction based on previous experience. If something painful happens once, the brain notes it. If it happens repeatedly, the brain prepares for it. Not consciously, automatically. So if positive experiences in your past often ended abruptly, connection withdrawn, mood changed, plans canceled, closeness faded, your brain created a rule. Good things don't stay. And once a rule is formed early enough, the mind stops questioning it. It starts operating from it. You don't wake up and say, "Today I will expect disappointment." Instead, your body quietly tightens when things feel stable. Because stability once preceded change. So now stability itself feels temporary. You don't fear happiness. You fear the moment after happiness. This pattern rarely forms in obvious chaos. It forms in inconsistency. Care that was real but unpredictable. Warmth that appeared and disappeared. Closeness that depended on moods you couldn't read. Maybe someone loved you, but not in a way you could rely on. They were present until they weren't. Kind until stressed. Supportive until distant. Nothing dramatic enough to call unsafe, but unstable enough to never feel secure. A child in this environment learns something subtle. Not that love is absent, but that love is temporary. So instead of relaxing into connection, the mind learns to stay slightly prepared. Prepared for tone shifts. Prepared for emotional withdrawal. Prepared for endings without warning. And that preparedness doesn't disappear in adulthood. It becomes personality. Now, when life feels calm, your mind hesitates. You may even notice a strange discomfort when things are going well. Nothing to fix. Nothing to solve. Nothing to worry about. For many people, this feels peaceful. For you, it feels unfamiliar. And unfamiliar experiences require interpretation. Your brain searches memory for similar moments. But if calmness rarely lasted before, your brain flags the moment as incomplete. So instead of resting inside it, you hover above it. You think, this is nice, but, and the but becomes louder than the moment itself. You struggle to enjoy good days because your attention lives in tomorrow's potential loss. Not consciously, protectively. Relationships reveal this pattern most clearly. When someone shows consistent care, you feel relief, briefly. Then the mind begins quiet calculations. You track response times, energy shifts, subtle expressions, not because you distrust them, because you distrust permanence. You don't ask, are they kind? You ask, how long until they change? So you may hold back parts of yourself, not fully attach, not fully depend, not fully relax. You stay emotionally prepared. And if distance eventually appears, you feel sad, but unsurprised, which reinforces the rule again. But what you rarely notice is the opposite. How many moments never ended the way you predicted? Because your mind records confirmations more than contradictions. Over time, expecting endings turns into a habit of pre-grieving. You feel the ending before the ending. During happy events, a quiet awareness follows you. This will be a memory soon. Instead of deepening the experience, you mentally archive it while it's happening. You take emotional distance to soften future impact. But this creates a strange effect. You experience every moment partially, half present, half preparing. So life feels muted, not because it lacks meaning, but because you never allow full arrival. You leave moments early in order to avoid being forced out of them later. People try to reassure you. They stay consistent. They communicate clearly. They repeat stability. You believe them briefly, but your nervous system doesn't measure intention. It measures duration. It waits for the pattern break. Not actively, quietly. And when reassurance lasts longer than expected, you don't relax. You postpone trust. Because the longer something lasts, the more painful it might be to lose. So instead of increasing comfort, time increases caution. You protect yourself from deeper attachment by never letting certainty grow. This strategy prevents shock, but it also prevents security. You become skilled at handling endings, yet unfamiliar with staying. Moments pass through you instead of settling inside you. You don't fully celebrate achievements. You don't fully believe compliments. You don't fully rest in connection. Your life contains good experiences, but they rarely feel stable while they're happening. You live slightly ahead of the present, constantly adjusting emotional posture, always balanced between hope and readiness. Changing this doesn't require forced optimism. It requires practicing presence without prediction. When a calm moment appears, notice the impulse to forecast its ending. And instead of following the thought, name the experience. This exists right now. Not forever. Not guaranteed. Just present. Your nervous system slowly learns a new possibility. A moment can be real even if it eventually ends. And endings don't invalidate experiences. They complete them. Security is not permanence. Security is allowing experience without leaving it early. If you always expect things to end, it doesn't mean you're negative. It means your mind learned to protect you from sudden loss. You prepared in advance because once you had no warning. But not every moment requires an exit strategy. Some moments can simply be lived, without countdown, without distance. If this felt personal, you're not alone. This is Psychora, understanding the mind you were never taught to understand.